Hello everyone, Seeker7 here, and already we've been through the month of July. It's been, honestly for me at least, it's felt like a long month, but that's mostly through long hours of work, and I've had my family vacation earlier this month, so there's that. With that said, it's time for yet another Blu Ray DVD collection update, and unlike a lot of collectors during this month, I didn't get a whole lot of Criterions during the Criterion sale that Barnes& Nobles and Amazon have been having, but I did get a few. Before we get to that, let me just start off by showing all the regular DVDs and Blu-rays I picked up. I'm starting off as this one DVD I picked up, and I got this at an antique shop, and you ever come across a very unexpected surprise when you're at an antique shop or a flea market? Because a lot of times when you look for movies, it's usually the same stuff, but every now and then you come across something you never would expect to find. And for me, it's Children of Heaven. This is a Persian movie, I believe, from 1997. It's directed by the same director of Color of Paradise, I think is what it's called. Haven't watched it yet, and I hope the disc works because this is an out-of-print DVD apparently. Hopefully this and Color of Paradise will get a Criterion Blu-ray. I think the director of this directed another film that came out earlier this year, or is about to come out. I don't know. So, but yeah, I can't wait to watch this. I've heard nothing but good things about this one. Alright, now on to the Blu-rays. Now, I picked up a lot of miscellaneous Blu-rays, and these first few I actually picked up at a flea market while I was on vacation with my family in Florida. We always like to try to check out flea markets and antique shops. You never know what you're going to find. And so that I picked up Changeling, one of Clint Eastwood's most underrated films, as a lot of film critics refer to it as. Haven't seen it, can't wait to watch it. You're going to hear me say that a lot, by the way, with some of these titles. Few Good Men, I'll be honest, I've only seen at least half of this movie on television. I haven't seen it in its entirety. But again, can't wait to check it out. Mud, starring Matthew McConaughey. Again, haven't seen it. I've been wanting to check it out because it just sounds like a very charming premise. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of The Peanut Butter Falcon, even though I haven't seen that film either, but just based on the premise, it sounds similar. The King's Speech, the winner for Best Picture back in 2010. I love Colin Firth. I think he's a great actor, and definitely can't wait to check this one out. And this one I picked up at an antique shop by itself. That is The Others. Here, this is supposed to be a pretty good horror mystery thriller, apparently. So again, can't wait to check it out. These next few random ones I just picked up by randomly, like this one I actually picked up at Walmart one day, and that is Dirty Rotten Scoundrels by Shout Select, Shout Factory or whatever. Yeah, I just watched this with my family the other day, and it is a really hilarious comedy. Steve Martin and Michael Caine are both really great twist ending to it. And I've heard the remake that came out last year, The Hustle, really was awful. So, but yeah, had a lot of fun with this one. Great Frank Oz movie. And then these next few I just picked up on let's see, was it? Yeah. Well, this one I just picked up on Amazon by random, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's my favorite Stanley Kubrick film, and that is A Clockwork Orange. I don't know why it took me so long to pick up this movie, but yeah, I was blown away by how extraordinary this film was. Very disturbing, yet very haunting, and deal with some pretty controversial material, honestly, but done in a way that's very unique. So yeah, can't wait to watch it again. I picked up yet another Stanley Kubrick film that I surprisingly haven't had, and I finally got picked up, and that is 2001: A Space Odyssey. I've only seen this movie once, well, technically 1.5 times, because it was on TV one day, and I only saw like the final half of it. But I definitely do need to check this out again. It's definitely not a movie for everyone, since it is pretty slow paced, and there's not an awful lot of dialogue. But there's a reason it's considered one of the greatest science fiction films ever. Then we have Unforgiven. This is one of my dad's favorite films, or at least I think this is his favorite Clint Eastwood movie, which is fitting since this is considered being his best. I've only seen bits and pieces of it, but again, can't wait to check it out. I got this to somewhat complete the Sapphire series, since I have Forrest Gump, Gladiator, Braveheart, and Saving Private Ryan, and now I picked up American Beauty. And I got them all with their slips. The only ones I'm missing are The Godfather 1 and 2, although I might instead get the pack, or one of the packs, for that trilogy instead. But haven't seen it. It's supposed to be Sam Mendes' best film. And I know people have a sour view on Kevin Spacey nowadays, and rightfully so. but you still can't deny how much of a phenomenal actor he was and how great many of his films are. And then here is an out-of-print Blu-ray that I picked on eBay. Someone was selling for a good price, and that is The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. Very fun movie. The special effects on the monsters are the highlights of the film. The Cyclops, the Dragon, the Rock, the Skeleton Warrior were all fantastic by the works of Ray Harryhausen. I would love to get more of Ray Harryhausen's films, like Clash of the Titans, Jason the Argonauts, The Valley of Guanji. Did he do The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms? I'm not sure. But nonetheless, very fun film to check out. So that's it for the regular Blu-rays. Now here is one Blu-ray by Kino I finally picked up, and what a perfect film, and this was hard to track down, especially with its slip, and that is Metropolis. I've been meaning to check this film out for a long time. It's considered one of the greatest science fiction films, as well as, I guess, the grandfather of all science fiction films, in that without this film, science fiction probably wouldn't be the way it is today. Because, yeah, without this, films like Star Wars, Star Trek, Blade Runner, Ghost in the Shell, Akira, probably wouldn't have all those without this film. So, at least that's what I've been told. So, definitely can't wait to check this one out. Next are a couple anime titles I picked up, and much like with Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, this is another out-of-print title I managed to pick up. Jinro the Wolf Brigade. This is directed by Mamoru Oshii, I think? Yeah, it says from the creators of Ghost in the Shell, so I'm assuming he directed this. Yeah, it says here, directed by Mamoru Oshii, director of Ghost in the Shell, Patent Labor, and Angel's Egg. Have not seen it. I've heard it's really good. I've also heard it's really brutal, but can't wait to check it out. This is a more recent title that just got released last month. Apparently, they're finally putting this anime series on Blu-ray for the first time, and that is Inuyasha, Set 1. I'll be honest, I've only seen a small handful of the show. I remember when I was younger, they would occasionally show the show. I think it was on Toonami, I believe, or some other network. I can't remember where exactly on television. I think it was Toonami. But they have showed they showed this occasionally. I remember at a friend's house I watched a couple episodes of this, and from what little I saw, I really enjoyed. So I can't wait to revisit this series. This only comes with episodes 1 through 27. Set 2 is supposed to be released sometime later this month, and I'll definitely be getting that out. Hopefully I'll finish that set before then. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for, it's time to show my criterions. And like I said, I've only picked up 5 criterions throughout this month. These first 2 I picked up at Barnes & Noble's during their 50% off sale, the first being The 400 Blows. I still have not watched this film. I've heard nothing but amazing things about it. When I mentioned this on, I think it was Nathan Jones on his video, during comments, people saying that you have to see this film, it's one of those essentials. And I definitely will check it out real soon. I've heard it's really good, can't wait. Next is a film that I have seen, and it's definitely one of my favorite war films of all time, and that is Come and See. Finally, for the first time on Blu-ray and Criterion, and it's very fitting. This is a very bleak, very dark, very disturbing, very horrific war film. Definitely one of the most horrific. But it's definitely one of those that everyone must see. Even if you're not a fan of war films or foreign language films, it's still worth checking out nonetheless. I absolutely love this movie. So yeah. These next 2 I haven't watched yet, but I got them because I've been wanting to see them. First is 1984, based on the George Orwell novel, starring John Hurt. And I am familiar with the story, that it's very intense and it's kind of horrifying in how much of this could actually happen in our modern day society, especially with how things are nowadays. But yeah, definitely look forward to this. Next up is Following, Christopher Nolan's first film. I'm hoping to do a Christopher Nolan marathon before Tenet comes out, when that comes out. They now say September 3rd, but who knows if that'll be pushed back even further. But yes, I'm glad to finally have his directorial debut in my collection. Definitely can't wait to check that out. And finally is a film I have watched, and it's definitely probably now my favorite Criterion I own in my collection, or one of my favorites. I just love the look of the set, and it's definitely one of my favorite films of this past decade and 2018, and that is Roma by Alfonso Cuarón. This was just such... I don't know how to describe this movie, honestly. It's definitely one of Cuarón's best films. Not as good as Children of Men, but still very close. Apparently this is his most personal film. And if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's on Netflix, but I felt like it. I just felt like getting the physical copy despite having Netflix and being on Netflix. It's kind of cool. I don't know if you could tell, but you can see the Netflix logo in the back. That's very fun to read. But yeah, Roma, awesome film. All right, so that is all I have for this past month. Quite a selection, not as much as last month, but still pretty good. Um, Now as far as updates on this channel, I will say I am almost done with the final fight of Heroes with Villains Part 2, Round 1, Part 2. I'm halfway done with this really extensive battle, so hopefully I'll have it out. Would like to get it out this week, if I can, depending on how busy my job is, though. That's always hard to tell. So, with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.